Hello and welcome to the Voice of Your Passions business interview series. I'm Stephanie Bonte-Lebair, the founder of Empowered Business Networking and the Empowered Voice. And I'm so excited to be interviewing a fellow singer and business owner, Julia Langley. So, Julia helps speakers and coaches overcome nervousness and fear to give confident, commanding keynotes so they get big paydays they deserve, land top tier clients, and be recognized worldwide for their expertise. With over 15 years as a featured singer for Cirque du Soleil, she has performed on stages in over 20 different countries and all 50 states. So glad you're here, Julia.
I'm so excited. I love talking with you, Stephanie, and love all that you do. So I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you so much. And I want to also remind our listeners that Julie will have a gift. So stay tuned to the end of this video. She's going to share her gift, which you can claim as a comment under the video. Let's jump into your passion, Julia. Tell me your story. Why is it that you're passionate about what you do?
Well, yeah, I've been a singer since I was two years old, and that was the beginning of my career, really. I worked for Cirque du Soleil for 18 years and was flying high on the top of my game. When I wasn't touring, I was coaching. I was working with other performers, really, who wanted to take the stage to the next level. Flying high, I go out one day, I hop on my bicycle to get coffee, and it all changed in an instant for me. I got hit by a car while I was riding my bicycle. Not just hit, but actually run over, like up on the hood out in the street kind of thing. You know, it's just a simple decision to make coffee. It's amazing how decisions can take us down certain paths in our life. But, and I could be angry about it, or could have been angry about it, but I chose to look at it like an opportunity to really reassess what was going on in my life. It forced me to. I had 5 broken bones, a head injury, a spinal cord injury. I had to have 4 surgeries. And of course, diagnosed with PTSD from it. I was having nightmares and panic attacks, I mean, the full run of what happens when you face trauma in your life. The pandemic came right after that. But one thing it did give me, because it went right from that in 2019 into the pandemic, was time. Time is a wonderful thing. So it gave me a chance to really step back, right? And I looked, what is the next progression of my career? Where do I want to go? I've been traveling the world for 18 years. I've been singing with Cirque du Soleil, and I knew I want to keep performing, but I want to do more than that. And that more was helping other people step into that version of themselves so they could share their message, whether it be in song or in speaking, get up on the stage, share their specialness, their uniqueness, get it out in the world, get their message out in the world. And listen, there's no better feeling in the world than seeing that transformation, seeing someone realize that they have what it takes to take the stage or to step in front of people and share their story. I'm very passionate about it. And this is the next level for me, stepping into this for the future.
Wow. It's so fascinating to hear a story like this. And what I really heard was that you came out of that wanting more.
Yes. Rebirth.
And yeah, like there's more to life than what I have currently been doing. And it takes, unfortunately, sometimes it takes something traumatic like that to wake you up and to say, yeah, what am I willing to go for next?
It's so true.
Yeah. So what is
I need to be kicked sometimes,
Yeah.
we get comfortable.
That's true.
We all do,
Yeah, I have a mine's not a health scare story, but it was a story of being fired from my corporate job to wake me up to say, I'm not meant to be a corporate employee. Right? Like you have to have those moments can be so transformational. So what do your clients come to you struggling with when they start speaking? What are they saying to you that you're saying, yes, this is what I help transform?
Well, there's a lot of internal conflict that goes on when people really want to step into the next level of themselves, particularly when you're putting yourself out there in front of others. And speaking requires this. It requires you to step in front of an audience. It requires you to face those fears that you have. And those fears can manifest in a lot of different ways. It can be your own self-doubt. It can be you're afraid of judgment from others. It can be afraid of failing or not being enough, or just not being good enough. I could go on and on and on. So these are a lot of the things that I face. Another thing is commitment, the commitment that it takes to really rise into that next level. And people know that they have it in them, but don't always know what to do to make it happen. And this is where I just thrive. I dig in and I just love it. So I could spend hours and hours doing this if I had that kind of time every single day working with my clients. I absolutely love it. And I love watching them step into their greatness.
Do you find your
Your
clients want to be speakers? Like they want to be known as speakers, or do you find that your clients just want to get their message out in a bigger way and they have a little bit of fear around what it means to be a speaker?
I have both, actually. It's very interesting. So I have those that really want to get up on this, that they're performers. They really want to get up on the stage and showstoppers. But then I have a couple of clients that really have a message that they want to share with the world. Their goal is to reach as many people as they can with this life-changing message. Their mission is actually to get it in front of as many as they can. So very different driving forces behind it, but a lot of the things I teach are very similar in it to both people that have
Yeah.
the desires.
Can you give us an example of someone that you've helped?
Absolutely. And this is a pretty extreme um, example. All right. I worked with someone who had so much fear behind knew that they wanted to, knew that they wanted to get up on the stage, but had so much fear that they could not do it. They
Mm.
literally, every time their moment came, every time the opportunity presented themselves, I would have to go look for them. They wouldn't come out. Literally, they'd be in the bathroom crying. She was crying, literally. She could, paralyzing, terrifying fear. But so can you imagine being trapped in a body who has the desire and the message to get out there and share, but cannot step out there? Listen, this same person today is standing up on the stage. She just got off a national stage in Minnesota. She's on the stage in Atlanta 2 or 3 times in the last year, talking about what she's doing with the American Heart Association, what she is an advocate for them, and just won a community service award on a national level. This is what I'm
Nice.
talking about. And I just absolutely love it. This is my why, is when I see, I wouldn't even believe it if I didn't see it myself, but I've seen it happen and it's what motivates me to get up every day.
Yeah, I love this story, and it reminds me of, because we're both voice coaches, we both have seen the fear, and I think we both probably have experienced the fear, is that there's a misconception out there that confident speakers don't have fear,
Oh,
and we do. We have the, "I wanna go cry in the bathroom before I stand out on the stage," kind of fear from time to time, and it's just about being able to channel that energy
that's right.
into, there's such a fine line between fear and excitement.
That's right.
It's just this little fine edge of a knife. And if you can just lean just a little bit more towards the excitement part about what the impact is you're going to make from the message or from the talent or the gift or whatever it is you're about to share, then that you can still have that fear, but you can work with it
That's
instead
exactly.
of against it.
That is having a
So powerful.
relationship with
Yeah.
fear. And I always say this too, that one thing, even as a young performer, young speaker, someone who hasn't been doing it very much, there's a freshness there. So, sometimes even with experience, you trade in that freshness. So don't think because you have a lot of experience that you can't crush it on stage, because you can. You can.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
there's a burning desire that you capture when that fear is within you, but you learn how to channel it. It
Yeah.
comes across as powerful and you can move mountains.
Yeah, I remember when I first started going to business networking and I had a lot of nervousness around speaking because I was a singer and I memorized all my roles. I would get cast in a show, they'd give me a script, I would memorize it. I wouldn't have to come up with things on the fly. I didn't have to try to motivate someone to do something. All I had to do was tap into my artistic side, memorize, perform, and then they would clap at the end and that was it. Right? It was totally different to do it as a business owner and say, no, no, you have to use your voice now to motivate, to inspire, to educate, to have people take action as a result of hearing you speak, right? Like that piece is a whole nother skill set that I had to learn on the fly and then draw what I could as a performer to translate that, and I think we both have that desire within us, right? To that something more than just singing or performing, but helping others really tap in. So yay, I'm so glad that we're
Yeah.
having this conversation.
It's so true. And I always say this, even in a music. So I know we'll have some probably musicians that are listening in, particularly. I always talk about the difference between theater and cabaret. And you just hit on it right there. So even these skills that I'm talking about, you can be the greatest actor, singer in the world, right? But if you're memorizing lines and you have a fourth wall, what we call the fourth wall in theater, right? But then all of a sudden that wall comes down and you have to interact with the people. You have an audience out there that you got to actually talk to. You have to connect with. Very different scenarios going on. So understanding the difference and that's part of what I do too, is helping people to understand the scenario, the environment that they're in and how to really adapt to the particular environment that they will be speaking or performing in. Yeah. Very important information.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to always ask yourself, what is the situation I'm in? What is the audience? What is the intention of the space? Because that informs how you show up every single time. Can you share a tip for all of us who want to get better at using our voice powerfully in the world?
Yes, absolutely. Well, there's a vocal exercise I like to do, and you can do this as a singer, or you can do this as a speaker because the training is the same. And this particular one works breath. Actually, it's going to have a breath extension for you, and it's very, very simple. We all know our ABCs, right? So let's run through our ABCs in one breath, and let's see how many times we can do it. You ready?
It's like a competition.
Here we go. I bet your breath support's really good, Stephanie. But everybody do. Here we go. A, B, C, D.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
I want to breathe for you. That was amazing. No.
Oh, that was good. I like it. I like it.
Listen, I told you she's got some serious breath support. All right. She's a singer. That's what singers do, guys. We learn how to breathe, man. We can breathe, right? We can hold those notes for extended period of time. So if you do have a singing voice, put a tone to that exercise on a scale. And if you do that, you won't get through it quite that many times. It'll take a lot more air to do.
If I have to sing the song, maybe a little less.
Yeah, absolutely. But the point is it teaches you how to keep that breath really strong throughout. And that helps us as speakers. It also helps us as singers as well. Nice. Being able to project and being able to, and it's actually a safety thing too. Learning how to keep your breath strong, that's a breath issue, and it's going to protect your vocal cords in the long run. So for those of you who get up and do a speech and speak for 45 minutes and then are hoarse for 3 days. All right. I know people that do that.
Yeah. Or you take your kids to a very loud indoor playground and speak to your friend for 90 minutes and then wonder why your voice sounds different that night.
Right. Well, it's true because there are certain techniques that you employ and you can get better at it, which is why we do exercises just like what you did.
Exactly. I love it. You have a gift for everyone. Can you describe what it is?
I do. It's a speaker sprint. This is what we do. I want to set up a call with you guys. All right. So it's a free call for 30 minutes. and I usually charge for this. So this sets up a roadmap actually for you in your next event that you have coming up. So whether it be a job interview, whether you're stepping onto the stage, whether you're just giving a talk to your local, I don't know, the women's club group or a group of friends that you bring over for tea, doesn't matter. We're going to help set that up for you. So it's a free gift that I'm offering to anyone that's listening today. And you have to, what is it, Stephanie?
You're
Hashtag.
gonna give a comment as a comment under the video, hashtag speaker sprint. And then Julia will reach out to you individually to tell you exactly how to sign up for your free 30-minute session.
That's exactly right. And that, my guys, is $197 value. All right. I usually charge for it because this is really going to organize things in a way to help you see how you can move forward with your speaking and stepping onto the stage, the next level of who you are on the stage.
Awesome. Thank you so much for this conversation, Julia. I really appreciate this. I feel that we could go on for so much longer, but I intentionally try to keep these interviews short so you can get a taste of who you are and your passion for what you do. If you would like to meet Julia and other amazing creative entrepreneurs, please come visit Empower Business Networking. Our next event is always going to be the next first Thursday of the month. We allow guests to come visit twice. So come check us out and you'll get to meet Julia and many other people. I consciously create the breakout rooms. You don't do random breakout rooms. I create them. I make sure everyone feels welcomed, and you leave with scheduled follow-up calls on your calendar. I promise you. So with that, thanks again, Julia. Any final thoughts or words before we say goodbye?
I just want to say to everyone, this networking group is one of the best that I've ever been in. I just recently joined as a member, and I think it's one of the best things I've ever done. So I'm happy to be part of it. And I would love for you to reach out. Let's talk. If you have any questions about speaking or want to do a deeper dive, let's do it. Let's set it up. Hashtag speaker sprint.
Yay. Thank you so much. See you all later, guys.
See you later. Bye.
Hey, gals.